Well, hi, it's Cindy with Cindy Lifestyle and More. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Cindy. I'm 65 and I live here in beautiful Central Coast, California, and I welcome you. Today on my face that I applied the makeup is Marie Claire. I did a Dollar Tree haul about 3 days ago, and I will link that to this video, and then I will link this video to that video. I had purchased some products, makeup, and Marie Claire was one of them. So yesterday I did a video. I had this on my face, her eyeshadows, and it really lasted all day, and it was a warm day. So I have her liquid eyeliner, I have her eyeshadow, her contour, her setting powder. I have this beautiful blush that I just love, and I also have her lip gloss. So if you like this look, well, that's going to be next. Have fun. Today we're going to be using some Marie Claire makeup. I did use Marie Claire yesterday, and I did a video, and I did not have the sound on. It lasted all day. And my daughter and we went to the store yesterday, and she says, "Mom, your eye makeup looks really good." It was Marie Claire. So I did my testing on it. The eyeshadows did not crease, they didn't separate, they didn't fade. I still had it on my eyelids until the evening. So that's a good thing. Now, I didn't see any foundation at the Dollar Tree with them. I didn't see any concealers, so I didn't see anything like that. But I did see the Marie Claire hairline and eyebrow powder, or eyebrows and hairline powder. I've tried something like this before. The only thing, this was medium to dark. So I'm going to have to be very just like lightly touch. I did pick this up. What happened, I did a Dollar Tree haul a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, on some Dollar Tree makeup, and Marie Claire was in the haul. And I left some products in my daughter's car, and she goes, "Mom, you left like a few items in my car." So we went to work. I took them out. So you're going to see some products here added that I didn't have from the haul because I left them in her car. So this is a little dark, but I can work with this. They didn't have a light to medium. So next time when I'm at the store, at Dollar Tree, I'll go ahead and purchase if they have the light to medium. So this is the color. And you know, a lot of times you can mix with this. I used to carry another line called Rusk, and it was an eyeshadow hairline. I mean, it was a hairline to cover gray in between hair color, and then I used to use it as a eyebrow to fill in my eyebrows, and it was like a powder. So it doesn't have a real light color, so I'm going to be really light to the touch. I am going to use a e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. brush. It's a brow brush, so I'm going to use this angle brush and kind of fill it in. So I'm going to comb them up first. I didn't see an eye pencil in Marie Claire, so whatever they had, I just purchased. So I'm going to take the lightest color, which is this one right here. Now, I like using sprays and stuff and powder between my hair colors to cover my gray. So this is going to work fine. So I'm just going to fill it in and see how little I'm using. Just taking a little bit and just barely touching. So, you know, if you're at your nearest dollar store, this is for eyebrows and in your hairline. And sometimes I like to use to fill in because I'm 65 now, and you know, I'm using Neoxin in my hair to, you know, to help control shedding so my hair grows better. I can use this to fill in and just make it look a little bit more fuller in the hairline. So I'm just taking a little bit. I'm just like filling in my eyebrows a little bit, and I'm just going to comb this through. Back in the day, I used to use eyeshadow to, you know, in between my eyebrows. If I had reddish hair, I would try to get more of a reddish, not a red, not like a pink, but something with a little bit of gold or something like that to fill in. Now, usually what I do with my eyebrows, I have my hairdresser lighten them up. So this is going to be fine because when I come home, I have lighter eyebrows. So right now, my eyebrows are, I got some gray in the air in my eyebrows. I've got some open spaces. So this is really good. So I'm just following the brow and filling it in. I'm just filling in my eyebrows areas that it needs a little fill in. I have a lot of things to do today. I was going to get my car fixed yesterday. I got up early in the morning, did a video, didn't have any sound. Then we were going to take the car to the Ford to get it fixed, and it didn't start. So that's why I'm up early today, because I got to get the tow truck at the AAA come and start the car. And hopefully that's what it is, the battery. So I'm going to let you look. Okay. And that is the color. So it wasn't too bad. I can work with it. Now, normally I would use a pencil, then I would use a brow gel, and then go with this. But since she doesn't have a brow gel and a pencil, I'll just use this. And everything's going to be Marie Clair today. See a concealer, and I didn't see a primer. So I used a different primer, different foundation, and concealer. And she didn't have any eyeshadow primer. So we're going to go on with colors. I've already prepped my eyes. Okay, she's got two eyeshadow palettes. She has Natural Charm, and she has Smokey Delight. So my daughter picked me this one, and then since she only had two eyeshadow palettes, then I went ahead and put this one in the cart. When I left this one in my daughter's cart, this here also has a contour. So when you flip it around, and I'm happy I knew this because I didn't have this on my my face yesterday. It's a highlighter, 4 eyeshadows, and a contour, and it tells you right back here. This one here says 4 eyeshadows, a highlighter, and a blush. So this is the blush, and this is the contour. So that's nice. I also like about this because they're great for traveling. They're also great if you don't want to spend too much on the palettes. This stayed on pretty good. Now, I didn't use this one yet, but I did use this one yesterday. So I was pretty impressed. And there was pigment to it, and it had some matte and it had some shimmer. So we're going to go with this one, and then I'm going to contour. Okay. The other thing with Marie Clair that I left in my daughter's car, and she found this for me, it's a lip plumper, and it's called Soft Pink, so it's still new. It says, fuller looking lips, collagen infused formula. And directions: apply onto the center of the lips and brush towards the outer corners. May experience a little slight tingle. Since I didn't see any kind of lipstick or lip oil to try her lipstick, usually use Too Faced lip plumper. So we're going to try this first while I'm putting on my makeup. The next thing I want to say, they're packaged, they're sealed, which is a good thing. And I mentioned that in my haul, that I like that the idea that they're packaged really nicely, and they're hard to get in, but you know that it's brand new. They don't have the expiration date, but they do have the expiration the moment you open it up. So example, if you look behind here, it says 12 months, that you should be okay. They're packaged like this. They'll say what they are, and then at the same time, they're talc free. So you can read up on the boxes about their company and about the makeup. It is really cute. Kind of reminds me of Too Faced, the packaging. It's cute. Okay, tofu. There's no smell to it. So I usually do this and I apply my makeup and let it set on my lips. So we're going to use this. Okay, so again, this one has a blusher, a highlighter, and 2 for eyeshadows. And then I'll swatch it as I go along. So the first thing I'm going to use is this one right here, this coral color. It looks like a coral color. There it is right here. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild brushes. I do sometimes find at Dollar Tree some Wet n Wild brushes. So sometimes you may find, look around. You really have to go look around in Dollar Trees. You may have to go to a couple of Dollar Trees to find certain products, because one will have more in the other. And it depends also too when they you know, open up their boxes for their from their shipments, you know, because you never know. Like I'll go to one Dollar Tree and they're unboxing their boxes, and I go to the other Dollar Tree and they haven't even started yet. So you got to go through more than one. Sometimes you won't find everything in one place. And this is a Wet n Wild brush. It's pretty inexpensive. I got one of these at a Dollar Tree and then another one, but you never know. You know, you can look up there and you'll never know what you'll find. Okay, so I'm going to use this color as a transition color, and I'm just going to pat, and this stayed on really well, and it's a matte finish, and I'm going to apply it right up in here. Now you can go as light as you want, and you can go as dark as you want. And when I usually do this, my little transition color, I usually go a little bit near the eyebrow, but not into the eyebrow. Just a little bit over the brow bone. Boy, they were barking this morning. It is like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, who is outside? It is early. I get up, so they got up with me. And then they were just barking. I'm like, who is outside? But see, it blends really well, and it stayed on yesterday, and it was hot out here. I had my sweater on, and then when my daughter and I went to the store, you know, we had to go to Walmart and do a few things. I had to take off my sweater, and the eye makeup stayed on. So I was pretty impressed with that. So yeah, so I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna call up the AAA tow truck and have them come and see if they can start my car so I can get it to the Ford and get it fixed. Because I have to work on Halloween, and my daughter's going to Disneyland for Halloween. So I'm going to be using Sephora Pro Crease 27 brush. I didn't see any brushes at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so there's a darker color right here, like a rose color. And I'm going to do exactly what I wore yesterday. And see how pigment that is? That's really nice. Let me get my makeup towelette. Makeup removing facial wipes. Got sunflower extract, Forever 21. My daughter and I, we get these at Backstage. We work at Macy's. And we'll go to Backstage. Upstairs is like a TJ Maxx. And we will buy a lot of like our things for our makeup, like makeup remover towelettes. They got a lot of savings up there, but it's smaller. Or we'll get them at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They're supposed to be putting a new Marshalls back here where I live, and they had a Marshalls here a long time ago. So I heard Marshalls getting really popular. My daughter follows like YouTube. If you're new to my channel, I'm a beauty advisor at Macy's, and I work very flex, very part-time, not even part-time. And then because I worked in makeup and retail for 18 all the way to I was 31, and then I got a job in hair care, selling hair care products from 31 all the way till I was 57, and then did some greeting cards in between, and then went back and flex at Macy's. I work in fragrance and makeup. So you'll see me with products that I sell at work. Basically, I just work there to get out and fashion, buy some clothes, buy some makeup. It's just extra money for me. So there's that. So I'm just gonna pop. So you can tell now, a lot of times when they're now there's some are very pigmented that you can't move the eyeshadow. They don't blend really well. So you just got to take it a little bit at a time. But there really isn't any fallout, as you can see. It's really good. That's what I liked about it. Even my daughter said it. She goes, wow, there's no fallout, Mom. I go, no. but I just bought what she has. Now, I guess the Marie Clair has been out for 8 months in other Dollar Tree. It just started coming like in our area. So now I'm going to go with this. I kind of think it's like a cranberry or a deep plum color. And that's a matte color too. That's it right here. And I'm going to apply that also in the crease. And I love using my little, I call them my little pencil brushes. Like they're more like focused on the areas where you want to apply them. And this one is Pro Shadow 18. Kind of like a tapered, but it's like focused and it's a little bit more fuller, but not wide. The real narrow in. I like the Sephora brushes. So I'm going to take it right in here and then just right here in the crease. Yeah, I just washed my brushes yesterday and boy, they needed to be clean. So I did that. And then my daughter and we went shopping a little bit, got some things done. And then I'm going to take that crease brush. And then we did a little, I got a haul. That's another thing. I need to do a haul. I need to do my empties. On my household empties. And I got a big bag of skincare empties, you know, like beauty empties. I think there's makeup in there too, I think. And then in my bag, in my empty bag. And then I have some hauls. So for the next couple of weeks, I have a lot to do. I had some hauls like for the last couple of months, and then, you know, I had some personal things that happened and they kind of sat there. So I brought them all out and taking care of everything, getting it all done and showing everybody. Now this is their highlighter. Okay, so we're going to use that as a highlighter. I'm going to take that first color. I think my coffee's done. Okay, and I'm going to put it under my eyes since I couldn't find an eye pencil. So I'm going to take this color. And this is a smudger from Wet n Wild. I'm going to take my angle brush and I'm going to wet it with, this is a setting spray. This is by, this is by Mercier, Le Mercier setting spray. I found this at the Dollar Tree. It's a little 1 ounce. And if I figure if I'm going to use, you know, things from the Dollar Tree, I try to use as much as I can to give, you know, a real honest review in the makeup. Put the darker, I'm going to use the darker color. This one right here, and then kind of go under, then I'll use the darker color. And then I did a live with my sister yesterday. And then I'm going to go with that dark color. And what I liked about it, that this brush is wet and it doesn't harm the shadow. Back in the times, I remember when you use something wet on an eyeshadow, it would ruin the shadow. It doesn't do that. So that's good. And on the shadows, they do say talc free. And let's see, and it tells you right here, I think I already said this, tells you what's in it. Like if this is a highlighter one, for shadows, contour. It will say right here, high pigment payoff, easily blendable. And it is, it's exactly what it says. And I didn't read that the last time, but this is the first time that I read that. Okay. Now I'm going to go with the highlighter. So there's two ways you can do it. You can take your ring finger, you can apply it on if you want a little bit more pop right here in the corner. Just like that. If you feel that that's too much, I always tell everybody, just use it just on the lid. So let me get one of these. That's what I like about these. These like target the little section there more, you know, where you want to put it. I'm going to take the highlighter and then just put it right on the lid. You can do that too. If you feel this is too much, you can take it in here and just have a little bit of shimmer. Because some people feel like, you know, it's too much for them and they're afraid that it's going to get in their fine lines. You can do that and you won't feel like self-conscious, but you'll have a little bit of color there, a little bit of shimmer right there. So you can try that, and then you can take a little bit of your brush and just put it on top, just underneath your eyebrows. And just, that's it. Or you can take a little bit like this, just pat it on if you want more shimmer. Because when I do makeup, I'll always ask the customer, do you want me to give you a little shimmer? Do you want a little bit of, you know, a little bit on your eyebrow? And usually the younger ones, they want a little bit more. And then I will get some mature women my age will say, yeah, go ahead, do it. And then I'll get some saying, is it going to be too much? You know, so I try to ask before I apply it, because I want them to be happy when I put on the makeup. Because sometimes they're going to a wedding, you know, they're going to a fancy place, and then I get, you know, you get certain people, they come and see you and they want to get it done. And they'll ask for you. They want to look nice. So I want to make sure I do a good job. Okay, so I'm just going to take the light color and just blend it here. So it does give a nice little shimmer. And then I'm going to go back with that light pink and just blend everything. So you can see one side has more and then one side has less. Now I'm going to make them the same. See the difference right away. And then you can also take a small brush and then just use it right in here, right in the corner there, to give a little highlight. And then I just go like this and through here, meet it with the other color. Just like that. I'm going to take that dark color for a more evening look. And I kind of like my colors to blend like a rainbow, so it's not like a line and a line and a line. And then you can always go back and take your little brush, and then you can add a little bit more color in certain areas. just like that. I kind of call it when people paint, they start like adding touches. This one has the contour, which is this color. And I like about it because it's not red, it's not an orangey, it's like a neutral color. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to contour. So let's see, I'm going to get this is a Cover FX contour brush. I'm just going to take a little bit and see, because I've never tried it before. I have a little paper towel so I remove the excess amount. My brushes are still a little wet. Not too bad. It blends. Okay. But just a little wet, just a little. So I'm just gonna have to rub a little bit harder. So I always take it along the hairline on the side. And then I always work back because I like to keep my hairline to look like it's full. So I'm always going back like that. And I'm always going up and out, up and up. You know, we always look at training at work. So I try to remember what they say. Still a little wet. This one's dry. Okay. I want to match it to that. And then along the jawline. And down the neck. So it's a good contour. Let's see how it is on the nose. Yeah. And then some people ask me, well, how do you contour? There's an easy way. You can take it from the middle of your forehead and make it like an E, like that. And then it goes down on the neck. You can do that. I do that a lot at work. I say just take it around, go down like right here where your cheek's at, and then just go under your jaw and then down. And the same thing on the other side. And then just pat when you do it. So that's for contour. Little contour for the nose. Just along the line here. There we go, right here. And then, see this highlighter right here? I'm just going to use that one. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's it right here. So I use my nose brush and just go like that. Okay, now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to use this blush. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. brush. So this gives me an idea, like this is where the contour is at. Now I know to put the blush here. And then you can put your highlighter here. And you got two highlighters. You got one here and you got one here. And you can pat it on if you want more color. I always kind of go like right around here just so it blends. It's nice. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to get my highlighter brush. Let's see. Here's my highlighter brush. There it is. And above here. I always go back here. And then I kind of go down. Okay, here is her liquid eyeliner. So we're going to apply that on first on top of the eyelid before I do the other blush that she has. So here's the brush. Now the last time I used it on the side here, I showed it on the haul. It didn't bleed, it didn't run, so I did like that, but it's a little wet. Okay, so I'm going to take this on a towel and kind of remove the excess amount because I noticed yesterday when I applied it on, it was a little wet. This reminds me when I used it yesterday, and I don't know if they still carry it. I think it was Maybelline. L'Oreal. They had it was back in the 70s. It was an old-fashioned liquid eyeliner, and you had to be really careful when you apply it on. This is what reminds me of when I used this yesterday. I was like, oh my God, it felt the same way, consistency. I was like, oh my God, I feel like back in the day. See, I got like my eyelashes. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this right. Okay. And the only reason why I did that is because when it went on wet. So I kind of removed, so I'm going to pop it back in. It's got a nice thin brush, but it does go on wet. But it stayed on all day. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone because I have little fine lines, and sometimes some liquid eyeliners kind of crease in there, so I gotta really watch it. And then I just go over, kind of fix it. Yeah, it reminds me back to the old original liquid liners. And I'm sure that your moms or people that are watching me around my age are going to know what line. I think it's Maybelline. All my friends, I think it was pink or something, and they would take it out. And all right. Now I'm going to let that dry. And again, read the boxes. It'll tell you exactly what this is. So this is Marie Clair Liquid Blush Dusty Rose. I think they have another color too. It says a cushion applicator buildable formula. it says apply to the apple of your cheeks. Apply to the apple of your cheeks, blending the color along the cheekbones. And you know what this reminds me of? Kind of remind me of Charlotte Tilbury. And somebody told me, So it's supposed to be a dupe. And I've been really trying to learn a little bit about Dollar Tree. And I'm kind of like reading up the manufacturer and everything. And some of their household items that they carry are supposed to take the place of Meyer's, or there's another thing that I think Target has, or some like dupes. So I'm really learning about things like that, and they have a lot of dupes. So it's supposed to be a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. I was like, oh. And when I looked at it, it reminded me of something. I was like, what does that remind me of? Because I use Charlotte Tilbury products. And I was just going to buy one of her blushes. And I'm like, that looks like it. And I just looked right at it. And I was like, that looks like Charlotte Tilbury. Okay. Just like Lee Mercier. I think it's Lee Mercier. It looked like Laura Mercier. All right. So this is the color. All right. It's got the sponge tip. Get my blush brush. So it has some pigment to it. Look at that. So if you want to use this by itself, you can. Oh, it's got like a really light little shimmer to it. That's probably from the shimmer that I put on. You can use this by itself. You can use it over another blusher if you want more intense. Pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit and see what happens. And some testing. Oh, it's cool. And it's not runny. On the apples of my cheeks. Yeah, it's got some color. It has pigment and it's nice, and it goes on. This is a brush and it's going on smooth. And then you can see that shimmer going on too. It's pretty. Let me see. This is a Dollar Tree sponge. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So that is it. So that's supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. Isn't that pretty? There's supposed to be another color, but this is fun because I'm testing all the makeup for all of you. This is Marie Clair's Setting Powder Flawless Finish. And I also use the Flawless Finish in the Charlotte Tilbury. I do. All right, so it says here, it helps your makeup set all day. Now it's translucent. That's the only color that they had. Soft matte finish, long-lasting wearing formula. The setting powder blurs imperfection and reduces the shine. The formula helps to balance oils throughout the day while maintaining hydration, talc-free. Apply around the nose, T-zone, and any other areas that need to be mattified. All right, so that's the only color she had. So I'm going to take my powder brush and just go over. Not too bad. But a lot of times the translucent scares the consumers. So see, I barely even touch because there is translucent powders out there. A lot of times I say then get like a little bronzer. You know, I set and I feel like it just kind of like washed me out a little bit, or it set my face makeup, but now I want a little bit of color. I'll just take a little bronzer and then just kind of go back up and go over real quickly. And then it'll just give me like I got a kiss of sun, and I feel like I've got my color back. That's her setting powder, and this is testing, so we get to see what it looks like. So I will use it because I can use a little bronzer over it and I'll be fine. She didn't have mascara. And she didn't have an eye pencil. So I'm going to go off camera and put on the mascara and my base and all that. So I'll be back in a little. All right, I'm back. So I did my hair, did my mascara, finished up a little bit. Let me use a little bit of the lip plumper of Marie Clair because I didn't have any lipstick or the lip oil from hers, but that's what it looks like. It doesn't burn, doesn't sting at all. I really like the makeup. What do you think? So I really think that the eyeshadow palettes are really not that bad for $1.25. I mean, when I wore this yesterday, it lasted all day, all day. So I like that they're great for traveling. You get a blusher, you get a highlighter, and 4 eyeshadows. She has the Natural Charm, and they also have the Smokey Delight. So you have a variety. So, you know, whatever outfit you're wearing or what mood you're in or where you're going, you've got 2 different eyeshadow palettes. But you also have the contours in this one. Translucent powder, the setting powder, the Flawless Finish. It doesn't bother me. It's translucent. I've used translucent powder before. Decide on your own, but it left a really nice finish. I did like this. I do like the Eyebrow and Hairline Powder. I like that you can camouflage your gray if you're having some, you know, like grays coming in and you want to cover the roots. That's great. It's great that you can fill in your eyebrows. It is a medium to dark. I don't know if they have a light color. Other than that, and then I also like that I can fill in a little bit. So that's a great deal. Okay, and it stays on. I like the idea. Marie Clair Precision Liquid Eyeliner. This is what is on right now. It's a little wet. It lasted all day yesterday. I have nothing bad to say about it. It reminds me a very nostalgic liquid eyeliner from the past. I don't know if it was Maybelline, CoverGirl, but it's the same thing, but it's still on my eyes. You just have to know that it's wet and it's a thin brush. I really love this. The Liquid Blush Dusty Pink, I really liked it. It's beautiful. And I also like their highlighters. Very nice. So I must say, I really very happy for the amount for $1.25 right now at the Dollar Tree. And I like that it stays on, it's not creasy, it's not going into my fine lines. So yeah, Marie Claire, you did a good job for the price and for the performance of the makeup. And if you like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and comment. I do want to say welcome to all my new friends and appreciate all my friends that come back and support me. I love you all, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.